I've destroyed my marriage and I'm devastated and completely broken. I absolutely adore my 30F husband, 32M. I think he is the most wonderful human to ever exist and I love him with all my heart. We've had a really difficult year this year and I asked him for some time apart in July to work on ourselves as he was depressed and drinking. We took that time and it has been very, very rocky. He moved back home 2 weeks ago, and I told him clearly that if he brought alcohol into the house I would end the relationship because it is deeply traumatizing for me to find alcohol in the house. The first week was incredible. We are in couples and individual counseling and I could see how much it was paying off. We knew we had a road to travel, but we had clearly learned to better ourselves and the relationship and we were both so happy. On Monday I found beer in my husband's work bag. He immediately held his hands up and said it was a blip and a setback. I just completely broke them and there. I had a major depressive episode and couldn't get out of bed for 3 days. My husband was wonderful. He sat with me and cared for me and I am so grateful for him. He was completely honest and wanted to do anything to restore the trust in our relationship. I was just devastated and torn between leaving the marriage and being stuck in a cycle. Last night I came home from an appointment and I was convinced he was drinking. He denied it and I said I didn't believe him. He got upset and I was getting really traumatized. I asked him to get away from me and call my mom to come sit with me. He wouldn't leave the room and he kept saying he would call my mom or the police but wouldn't leave the room to call. I got more and more worked up and he punched a wall and I was shaking with fear. I texted his mom to come get him because he said about killing himself and I was scared for him and for myself. Once he hears I contacted his mom he kicked the bathroom door really hard and I screamed and begged him not to hit me. He has never raised his hand to me and I don't believe he would hurt. He was so angry and I was so scared. I was shaking uncontrollably. His mom arrived and he had the most heartbreaking meltdown I've ever heard. He was in so much pain and it tore me apart. I'm completely devastated that I've ruined this relationship. I should have gone to a professional to ask about alcohol addiction instead of trying to give ultimatums that I couldn't follow through with. I should have worked with my therapist to help me with my own trauma so that I did get as scared as I was last night. My husband is my best friend. He's a wonderful person who is trying his best and I am completely broken at the thought that this will be the end of our marriage. I just want him to be okay and I want us to come through this together.